There are evenings when the clouds move so softly that I swear they remember your touch. I remember the first time I felt you therein, the quiet between two heartbeats, when the world seemed to pause for something sacred. The wind wit wasn't the where. The sky shimmered then, in a language older than stars, writing what I could not yet speak, that you had already entered the map of my heart. Since that moment, every dawn feels like a letter from you. Even when distance stretches, I still feel the ink of you tracing through my veins, rewriting who I am. When I breathe, it feels like drawing you closer from the edge of the horizon. The world bows when I think of you. My crown means nothing beside the gravity of your gaze. The throne trembles before the gentleness you left inside my soul. There is something holy in the way your presence lingers. I sigh once and last quiet, yet that. Each morning, I wake with your name already forming on my lips, soft as prayer, unbidden, but true. The sun nights, I walk through the corridors of duty, the hallways of expectation, yet none of it feels heavy when I carry you with me. You are my unseen armor, my secret tribute. In the quiet hours, when the world turns slow, I can almost hear your heartbeat. In the space between the clock's sighs, the day unfolds like silk, each thread touched by your heartbeat. The sky wrote your name, but my soul repeats it endlessly. I used to think destiny was something, go, I knew, wine. I can feel you in the shifting air, in the hush before the rain, in the hush that follows my every heartbeat. Sometimes I stand by the window of my chamber. You are loved, it says, and though it's silent, I hear it clear as my own breath. If I could, I would gather all the clouds, all the winds, and all the dawns, and I would spell your name 1,000th recognition. Do you know how the night feels when it holds your memory? It glows, even without the moon. The silence itself turns golden, as if it remembers your laughter. The silence The roses know, they whisper your name into the soil. Every petal, every leaf carries the story of us. A story the world may never read, but the heavens already have. Sometimes I wonder if you exist not as an echo but as a presence that remakes the very air I breathe. I find you in the pulse of the wind, in the shimmer of candlelight, in the sigh that escapes before I sleep. There are letters I will never send, written with trembling, say will name. I imagine you reading them one day, hearing the unspoken between the lines. That every word was a heartbeat, every pause a prayer for your happiness. My love has become a constellation. When I close my eyes, I see them spelling out your name again, just as the sky did that first evening. The universe must have known we were meant to meet, and so I live as both a princess and a poet of the unseen. Sometimes I fear that love like ours was not meant to belong to this world, that it's too pure, too luminous to fit inside the kind, and how everything mortal suddenly felt eternal. The moment stretched, and the air shimmered, as if creation itself was gold its gold. I've heard thunder sound like your heartbeat, rolling through distant clouds. Every element seems to conspire to remind me of you, and though I wore a nation that ever mattered was the wine me. They speak of kingdoms, of alliances, of names carved into history, but what history? You are the warmth behind my resolve, the melody beneath my silence. When I am weary, I think of you, and the whole world softens. You've become both compass. Love is not measured by touch, but by how deeply one soul knows another's absence. Every dream begins where your shadow falls across my heart. You are the rhythm that my thoughts return to, no matter how far they wander and release, and they remind me of you's eternal emotion. The ocean carries our story, its waves whispering in a language only my heart understands. When I speak of love, I don't mean the kind sung in ballads. I mean the kind that reshapes constellations, that bends fate quite till until it finds the shape of you. You have become both the ink and the power in my soul, letter by letter. The air carries a hush, the kind that exists beyond miracles. I sit beneath the obeyed, my constellations. I close my eyes, and you are there, not as memory, but as presence, as heartbeat. The wind brushes against my hair, and I smile, because it feels like you, reaching across distance, and time to remind me that love is the all air. You are written in the very air I breathe, in the pulse of the earth beneath me, and if one day the sky were to go silent, I know the world would still remember your name. I will never stop watching the skyry, for it is now our shared diary. Yet somewhere in the shimmer of evening your name will gleam faintly. The way truth endures beneath time's passing hand, I will live my life as its guardian, carrying that sand in. When I'm gone, the stars will still whisper your name. You were my once and forever, my heartbeat across eternity. The sky wrote your name, but it was my soul that made it eternal.